Now, listen, I want us to try to put our hands on something here, very important. And it is based on a conversation that is now coming out from the public, and they are demanding that there is only one option that Kenya will get out of this imbroglio. They are trying to be ready to face the harsh conditions, but when it reaches 2027, they will want Raila Odinga to again run and become the president. So the conversation has been dubbed Baba the Sixth. So it's like they have actually, given Raila what they always say, oteku. Now, if we just be practical, in 2027, Raila will be over 80 years old. I think it will be 82, 83 apple. But they always say age is just a number. And even as at now, some people are still wondering, how comes Raila is so strong? And he appears younger every day. So we don't want to go with the limitation that age brings. We go with, can he actually be able to give it another shot? Can we actually have the last bullet, the very last one? Sometimes back I was listening to Mutai Ngunyi. There is this day he was trying to define how Raila's gun is always loaded every electioneering period. And he was trying to remind the people that, it's a mystery how Raila's gun always gets depleted in its ammunition. But then, the moment it gets depleted, the gun automatically loads the bullets. And so if we go with that, we can as well say that there is another bullet that is still remaining in Raila Odinga. And this time around, if we want just to lay our hands on it, we can predict that this is the time Raila must come out as that man who never gives up trying to win a fair lady. Because they always say a failing heart can never win a fair lady. So this fair lady has been presented to Raila Odinga by Kenyans. And Kenyans are trying to see that, Raila, we are giving you time to win this lady. In 2027, we want you there and bring us change that we are looking for. Now, leave that aside, and we also do the practicality on the opponent side. Of course, right now, what we will be trying to see is the writings on the wall. One thing that I know is that the moment a given regime starts to see dissenting voices as early as the first year in office, it is a clear indication that is denoting writings on the wall, but it can also mean something that if the leader, the president in this case, takes serious caution on and he changes things, then definitely the remaining 4 years will be the best. Like when you try to look at the similitude, they define it from the Bible, the biblical aspect of it. If a leader actually heeds to the writing on the wall, and then they change their traits, they change the way they do things, which according to the Bible, it's always when you turn back to God, okay? God can actually forgive you and heal the land when you humble yourself. So for me, you remember we are just 1 year with this government. And the way things are coming to boomerang on William Ruto, if he can get to that, secluded corner and try to reason and go back to his senses and see the writings on the wall and consult God how he can get out of this situation, he still have some good time to change things. If he doesn't give heed to the writings on the wall, then the conversation that has started right now, the call for Raila to be ready to take up leadership in 2027 will be unstoppable, and it will be a force to reckon with. So generally, we will be trying to balance and trying to weigh out. You know, Raila has always given a stab at presidency 5 times. And for this man, you will be trying to look at his political life cycle. You know, he's a man who kind of shed off his skin, the political skin, and gets refurbished, gets renewed. You know, he gets re-energized. So that is perhaps one of the reasons why, you know, he might not be at that difficult moment of preparing himself if he will actually end up winning this fair lady. Because right now he will not need to campaign. You know, the government will be messing up and he will be taking credit. So this is the time that he needs to actually moderate. He needs to cool down the way he approaches things so that things could do naturally. And that is when we reach 2027 and he becomes the president at that age, definitely we'll be saying, you are the one God actually intended for Kenya. But that will only come if William Ruto doesn't take heed of the writings on the wall. If he continues to be adamant, if he continues to stick to this line of thought that the advisors are saying that this problem is going to be a solution if people can bear the pain for that time, if he holds on to that, I think there is going to be the fruition of this call that people have started right now. But at the same time, you also bring other leaders who are backing Raila and they are really targeting 2027. For instance, you look at Kalonzo Musyoka. What would you say if the conversation is coming right now boldly, well, that we need Baba to be the 6th? Where have they taken Kalonzo Musyoka? You know, it also tells you the kind of political weight that Raila comes with vis-a-vis the political weight that Kalonzo has. So perhaps, you know, everything coming out so well and everything indicating that if Kenya goes into the ditches of failed states for these remaining 4 years, we can still have a point to lean on. We can still have somebody to maybe, you know, have as God lead us to him as the refuge, as the real Joshua who will actually make people cross and go to Canaan. So in the event that we see things continue the way they are continuing and there is no adjustment for betterment, I think any political conversation that will be coming, we will be giving it more weight this time round. And as if that will not be enough, the kind of politics at play that we are going to see in the period that is leading to 2027's general elections, we are going to see a political landscape like no other. But for me, I would want the people, you know, I would want our nation to see benefits. We do not want to suffer for the remaining 4 years, such that we bring somebody on board to save us in 2027. So that said, I think William Ruto needs to read the writings on the wall. And then he knows that if he doesn't give heed to the writings on the wall, you know, he's going to be a one-term president. What do you say? What do you have from your side? I'll see you next. There are very many, you know, analysis that we need to do. And be tuned. Thank you so much. If you have watched this video up to this far, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And also join the team, subscribe. Have a great time.